Hi everybody, Memorial Day weekend here, and I haven't been on with one of these videos in a while, and I'd like to let you know what I'm up to. Most notably, the we're having a very wet, muggy kind of spring here, and my disease pressure is very high. Uh, Regrettably, I don't dwell on it. I've ripped out 25 trees so far, and it looks like I'm going to take out 25 more. What's really peculiar about it is, although I'm treating for both soil-borne and airborne diseases, I can't tell you for certain what's killing the trees. I hope to get in touch with Penn State soon and find out where a lab is that I can send tissue samples in to get a more authoritative diagnosis. It's cheaper than trees. I need to find out what's killing my trees. I strongly suspect that they are drowning in waterlogged soil. They're literally two rows, just between other rows, 2 rows of 25 trees just died off like a string of firecrackers down the rows. Okay, um, I've put on treatments that are systemic for fungicides for soil-borne, and I'm treating as though it were fire blight on top. Some trees were obviously too far gone and becoming inoculum sources, so they had to be taken out. They were rogued. They were ripped out. I leave about so much of the trunk in the ground, so I have something as a reference to go back with, and I will use the tractor to get the root system out. All quite a disappointment since some of the trees were doing really well. I mean, last fall and the like, they look fabulous. So there's that. Right now, I digress. I'm looking at my MaryBlyt sheet right now. What you can see with me is, and I'm sorry I can't zoom. This doesn't zoom. Um, but you can see my temperatures here, minimum max. You can see I'm doing a little bit of prediction here just to get an idea of where I'm at. You can see where I've carpet bombed with spray. They're really supposed to be a week apart. I spray when I get a weather window, and most of you understand that. It's just you spray when you get a chance. You can also see that, almost 3/4 of an inch one day, third of an inch, predicting 1/4 inch each day. So I'm getting some good soaks now and then also. So that's problematic. Um, it makes for really wet soil. So the tractor's swirling around in the mud, and you don't want to wash off. Some of the treatments have literally been antifungal because my humidity stayed high, but a lot of them are anti-disease. Well, I should say antibiotic. Um, you can see, I mean, I actually, I spray, I buy myself a little relief, it starts to get high again. I spray, I knock it down again. But when that temperature starts to climb in this column, the average temperature climbs, you can see I had 2 days with infection periods. Like, hey, you've got infection. Now I'm putting on oxytetracycline tomorrow, which is it does not kill fire blight. It arrests the growth of the inoculum. I can only put on streptomycin so often, and then I'm being a bad boy. So I'm using oxytetracycline, and I'm blending that with Actigard again, trying to trigger the tree's own defense systems to help prevent spread. On top of that, I'm putting in regalia, which is an immune system enhancer. It's short-lived, but it's in the fight. And then I'll be putting on Captan, just because right now I've got all the makings with wetting periods and humidity for scab. So I'm like, okay, I can't forget about scab. It's out there too. So that's what's in the jug. That's what's in the tank for tomorrow. What I'm planning to put in the tank. But if you look ahead, because I'm expecting days of rain and days of heat, I'm never getting out of high risk. That's just the way it is. I'm going to do another video with a series of photographs of scouting for fire blight strikes. Um, it appears pretty obvious to me that with shoot blight, especially right now, and then, well, blossom blight and shoot blight, the only thing I can do is to get it out of the tree as quickly as possible to save the tree. So, and it's not always obvious. Some of these, I love these pictures you get from the extension, these really easy to see strikes in a tree. Right now, they're not easy to see. You really, and you have to squint if you wear glasses like me and you're looking up into the sky. A cloudy day is your friend when you're scouting. But I will do a series of scouting, things to look for. Canker blight's kind of a different thing, but the shoot blight, blossom blight, how to look for it, get it out of there. And I think others will tell you it's better on the ground than on the tree. Um, just get it out of the tree. If you leave it on the ground, it will desiccate, it will die. Okay. Um, I'm going to be putting a big garbage can behind me. Just strap it to the back of the tractor and just stuff the stuff in there and get it out of the orchard. If it's, because usually they're like pieces like this. Get them out of there. I'm also going to be carrying a hand sprayer with copper in it, just because I need to treat those wounds for the next rain. I confess, I did a whole bunch of out strikes the other day and just cut them. Got them out of there, put a nice little slope on them, got them out of there, and I didn't spray the wounds because the way I look at it, removing it, yeah, there's risk of a new infection. I got rid of the old infection. I regret I just didn't have a spray bottle with me running out of daylight. I just did what I had to do. So I'm encouraging all of you, be vigilant for fire blight. Um, Using a tool like MaryBlyt, our friend here, really helps. I'm going to toggle to another page. There you can see the color. The color tells the story. I got high numbers here. Right down here, I got high numbers. They're saying you're in an infection period. You're asking for it. Uh, this tool is great. It gives me an idea. What it really does for me is it shows me the benefit of spraying, because I find it really not very effective to predict spraying because the weather report does a better job of that. That's it. I got to watch the weather, and so do you. Some of us have better climates, more conducive to growing fruit trees than I do. So then the tool is also good to help you with timing. Low is just a blessing, great. Medium is the norm. You expect it, but these high in infection periods, that's a red flag. And I take it seriously, but I also take it that spraying in the rain really doesn't do me a lot of good. It's a waste of money. On another note, I'll probably do another video on how much does it cost me to spray. I think this is every grower's concern, and some growers are on top of it. But when you look at some of these products that are really quite expensive, you have to ask yourself, how much did that tank of spray cost me? And what can I use that's effective but not so dang expensive? I'm not worried about cosmetics on my fruit. This is a phase of the year where all I'm worried about is keeping the tree alive. Period. So, yeah, how much am I willing to pay to keep the trees alive? The rest of the season is keeping the bugs off the tree and growing healthy fruit. So, hey, that's what I got. I'm wishing you all the best. It's a tough time of year for everybody growing fruit. So, and I'm really recording here. I'm trying to get my cursor where it belongs. I got to figure this out. Please, and Memorial Day, please remember what it's about. It's not about white sales. It's about the cost of war. Thank you. Bye-bye.